Okay, one of the things that happens when we're servicing these parts is that you think you're finished, but really you're not. And what happened with this one is we have the initial tune trim pot, which I have replaced. So, I did this, and then I went to next to the high trim pot. And it turns out this high trim pot is oxidized. It's out of spec at this point. It's a 10K trim pot, but it only goes up to 7.5K, and you're supposed to eliminate any beating, which you know it, you're supposed to stop it from pulsing. And basically you get up to the spot up here, which should be at least 10K. You're getting close to it. You think you're going to hit that flat spot there, and then nothing. It doesn't go any further. So I took my Fluke multimeter and I checked it out, and it turns out it doesn't go any further. Plus, it was a little gritty to begin with. You try moving it, and it just wouldn't move. So then what happened is, I had to take it out, and I'm going to put some new. I'm going to put a new Cermet trim pot right here. Now, if you really wanted to, you could replace everything here with a multi-turn. You'd have to modify it, but some people have said it's not really worth it because you'll be dialing up and down quite a bit, and there's some play, so this may not be any better. And cost effectiveness. Do you have really that amount of money that you can replace everything all at once? Then yeah, sure, go ahead. But it's not necessary. If it's not broken, don't fix it. You may actually change something that is not, that's not what you want. So go with what you know that needs to be changed, which are usually these right here, the initial trim pots. And then if you start having problems dialing things in, then replace them. If this Borns pot goes bad, yeah, you have a couple on hand that you can go and reach and put back in there, and it's no big deal. Replace one that you need. If you have to replace both of them, then replace both. But don't go any further if you don't have to. On these sets of boards, one of the things I may have to replace, more than likely, is going to be this 500K trim pot. Right now I can't think of the top of my head, but these are really slow to get from Mouser, and you're probably not going to find a Cermet. It would take a long time because they're usually on order. So if you can get Cermet trim pots, go ahead. If not, then carbon is just fine. And then, maybe down over here, as you can see, this one, somebody's done some coloring on it, and that means they've touched it. Well, maybe they adjusted it, maybe they were marking something, I'm not sure. We'll get to that, and then at that point, if it turns out that this is, jammed up or whatever, we'll replace that too. So always have sufficient parts on hand, otherwise you'll be delayed, weeks at a time, thinking that you're going to finish, and then you find out you're missing a part. So that's just a little bit of advice there, and once again, I'm going to replace this, I'm going to put it back in there, and then I'm going to start tuning again.